Magain and Ireland Indígenas, and welcome to this production of Support Coach Television. Today's episode, a collection of Aesop's Fables, second read instruction. Let's begin and practice the skill. Second read, point of view. The narrator is the voice that tells a story. The story can be told from different points of view. In first-person point of view, the narrator is a character in the story. The narrator tells the story through his or her own eyes. The narrator makes statements like, "When I was walking down the street, I was humming to myself." So look for a lot of words like I or me. In third-person point of view, the narrator is outside the story. The narrator can talk about all the characters from an outsider's perspective. In a third-person narrative, a statement might be, "When Jane was walking down the street, she was humming to herself." So you see a lot of he and him, she and her, it, they, them. As an extra side piece of information, second person has a lot of you. So let's try it. Reread the fable, Belling the Cat, on the previous page, and then read this version of Belling the Cat. So let's go back to our first read document, and I'll reread it. Long ago, the mice got together to decide what to do about their enemy, the cat. Finally, the youngest mouse suggested that they put a bell around the cat's neck so they would hear her coming and hide. All the mice were excited by this solution. Then, one old mouse asked, "Who will put the bell on the cat?" Not one mouse volunteered. The old mouse said, "It is easy to suggest impossible solutions." So let's come back to today's document and read this version of Belling the Cat. The house we lived in had a scary and hungry cat. Every night we feared for our lives, and we didn't know what to do. Finally, the youngest mouse came up with an idea. He suggested that we put a bell around the cat's neck so that we would hear the cat coming and have time to hide. I thought that was a brilliant idea until the oldest mouse asked for a volunteer. No one made a squeak. We got his point. It's not easy to come up with ideas that actually work. So discussion. How is the story different when told from the first person and the third person point of view? Underline the details in both selections that help you determine the kind of narration. So let's go back to the original. And I'll use my annotation tools here. Some highlighting. See the word they. And then even then you see the old mouse, the mice, the cat, the youngest mouse. You don't see a lot of I's and me's, and we definitely don't see the you's. So on this one, it seems pretty obvious that it is written from the third person. Let's go back to this one, and we'll grab our annotation again. We, our, we. He, in this case, is part of the story. But I wanted you to consider, well, he is third person, Mr. I. That's true, but that's not always a telltale. I, we. So you see a lot of I's and we's in here. That gives us a pretty good idea that it is in first person, whereas the other one was third. Let's go ahead and clear these. As you're completing your second read, or the green boxes, you'll record your answers to the questions on worksheet page 270 or via the Google form. If you're doing the work on paper, please remember to return it at the next paper exchange. You may now return to the classroom to read for the second time. Hope you all have a mental guide. Bumapee.